It's certainly possible that Tony Stark has built some kind of technology into his suit that allows him to sense danger in a similar way to Spider-Man's spider sense. That's because in the Avengers Infinity War, when Star-Lord throws the grenade, Tony puts on his helmet at the same time that Peter does. This could be a coincidence, but it's also possible that Tony was sensing the danger from the grenade and reacted accordingly.
You throw another moon at me.
In Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the scene at the end of the movie where the sand rises around Superman's grave is a subtle nod to his eventual resurrection in Justice League. The sand rising is a visual representation of Superman's power returning to him, and it is a way of teasing the audience that he will be back. This is a reminder of Superman's sacrifice, and it shows that even though he is gone, his legacy lives on.
Do you bleed?
In The Batman, at the beginning of the film when Alfred helps Bruce to decode one of Riddler's, here we can notice Bruce actually struggles himself to adjust to the sunlight, and puts on sunglasses even indoors, indicating how much he has lost himself as Batman.
Is only a partial key. It only gives...
In Avengers Endgame, Tony Stark's daughter Morgan says, "I love you 3000" to him before he sacrifices himself to save the world. The line was inspired by Downey Jr.'s own daughter, Exton, who would often say "I love you 3000" to him. The Russo brothers thought the line was so sweet and fitting that they decided to include it in the film.
I love you 3000.
I love you 3000.
In Avengers, when Tony Stark meets Loki for the first time, notice how he keeps his arms behind his back and stays behind barriers, so that Loki might not notice that his wrists were bare when he walked in. This is likely because he is aware that Loki is a master of illusion, and he doesn't want Loki to be able to see his bare wrists, which helps him use his Mark 7 armor later.
I'm sorry, Earth is closed today.
In Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, before the battle with Superman, Bruce Wayne watches footage of Superman's fight with Zod from Man of Steel. He pays close attention to Superman's fighting patterns to memorize, and he uses them to his advantage when he fights Superman. He knows that Superman is a powerful being and he is not taking any chances.
Men are brave.
In The Avengers, in the scene where Hulk is able to smash through the Chitauri's armor, revealing their real flesh underneath, this shows that the Chitauri's armor is not invincible, but it is still very effective in protecting them from harm. This proves that the Chitauri have advanced technology. This makes them even more dangerous opponents, as they are not only well protected, but they are also very strong and agile.
Smash.
Robert Downey Jr. was the only actor in Avengers Endgame who got to read the entire script. The other actors only got to read their own scenes, or sometimes just a few pages at a time. The Russo brothers did this because they trusted RDJ to keep the secrets of the film under wraps. They knew that he would be able to handle the pressure and not spoil anything for the fans.
Oh, did I? Well, thank God I'm here.
Did you know how Tony removed the Infinity Stones from Thanos in Avengers Endgame? It's because both gauntlets were made of nanotech and Tony's suit is specifically designed to be able to control nanotech, just like how Spider-Man was able to take over the tentacles of Doc Ock in No Way Home. So when he grabbed Thanos' gauntlet, he was able to use his suit to command the nanotech in Thanos' gauntlet to remove the stones. Once the stones were removed, Tony was able to use his own nanotech to create a new gauntlet for himself.
Iron Man.
In Deadpool, in the scene when Deadpool is trying to kill a group of bad guys with his 12 bullets, at one point he gets shot in the ass by a bad guy. But notice we could already see this guy preparing to shoot Deadpool in the wing mirror of a car. It's a reminder that even a superhero like Deadpool can make mistakes.
How about now?
In The Incredible Hulk, when Bruce Banner transforms into the Hulk for the first time, he quietly says, "Leave me alone." No one ever noticed this because the sound was so faint. This indicates that Bruce does have some control over the Hulk. This is because the Hulk is typically associated with anger and violence, while Banner is typically associated with peace and solitude.
I know, it's crazy. I'm wearing shirts now.
The fact that Banner says "leave me alone" suggests that he is trying to keep the Hulk calm and prevent him from lashing out.
You don't understand. Something really bad is about to happen here.
In Avengers Endgame, when Tony Stark rips off his arc reactor to give to Steve Rogers, we can see the circular scar in his chest. This scar is a lasting reminder of the shrapnel that was lodged near his heart in the first Iron Man movie. Tony had the shrapnel removed in Iron Man 3, but the scar remained. It is a symbol of Tony's journey from a weapons manufacturer to a superhero, and it is a reminder of the sacrifices he made to protect the world.
I am Iron Man.
In Captain America: The First Avenger, we see Schmidt wearing the pin with the blood-dripping skull when he is first introduced. This is a subtle hint to the audience that he was actually the Res Skull, which they hinted before he exposed himself to Captain America.
Take its place. Hail Hydra.
In Avengers Age of Ultron, during the final battle, Wanda Maximoff took it upon herself to protect the core from Ultron and his robots. If you look closely, the robot that triggered Sokovia's fall at the end was still alive and moving. This shows that even the smallest and weakest of Ultron's robots can still be dangerous. The fact that this robot is still alive at the end of the movie suggests that Ultron may not have been truly defeated.
You didn't see that coming?
In Spider-Man: Homecoming, during the scene when Peter's friends get stuck in an elevator at the Washington Monument, Spider-Man does a quick scan of the building, but notice we can actually see a red light constantly flashing in his lenses. The red light flashing in Spider-Man's lenses is a very subtle detail that many people might not have noticed, but it's a great example of the attention to detail that the VFX department put into the suit and its functions.
This is your chance, Peter. Kiss her.
In Iron Man, Tony Stark's arc reactor is powered by palladium. He uses a small amount of palladium to build his first ever Iron Man suit. However, as the suit becomes more powerful, he needs more palladium to power it. This is why we can see the tank of palladium hexafluoride in his compound. Overall, the use of palladium in Iron Man is a clever way to show how Tony Stark is a brilliant engineer, who is able to use limited resources to create amazing technology.
0.15 grams. You need at least 1.6.
Did you know that in Iron Man 2, when Ivan Vanko aka Whiplash tells Tony Stark that
if you can make God bleed, then people will cease to believe in him.
This is a reference to Avengers: Infinity War, where Tony is able to make Thanos bleed, which is a major moment for the character and for the MCU. It shows that even the most powerful beings can be vulnerable, and it gives hope to the heroes that they can defeat Thanos.
You're not the only one